Educational qualification. So first one is generally what is the educational qualification, then skills. Then core teaching skill is writing the instruction, organizing the content, creating the set of introduction, introducing the lesson, instructing the classroom, question delivery, responding the management, explaining, illustration, using teaching aids, stimulus variation, praising the lesson, promoting the people participation, use of blackboard, achieving the lesson, giving the assignment, evaluating, diagnostic. Experience of the teacher is very important knowledge with the student, and the experience also help to the better handling the student. Classroom environment is also important. Economic factor is if that is constrained by the financial problem, administrative problem of the school, subject matter. Okay, three bases for the education is why, how, and what. Why is most important, how is decided by the psychology, and what is decided by the social needs. So behavioralism thus assume that learner is a passive organism who may be conditioned to learn new behavior. Law of the exercise, repeating a condition's response would strengthen the bond between the stimulus and response. Law of effect is the principle of reinforcement and the punishment also there. Now, Gestalt psychology is the belief that the whole is greater than sum of the part, and in the human body there are the cell, tissue, and bones is the greater than the sum of the part. This is the because the parts are interrelated to each other. Gestalt psychology demonstrates the significance of the perception. It also showed the complex learning. Constructionism, the learner actively construct the burner believe that learning involves an active processing information and that each individual activity organize and construct knowledge for itself. According to the Jean Piaget, accommodation and assimilation are basic learning. A learner develops new schema through accommodation, new experience by the assimilated into the already existing scheme that is given by Jean Piaget. Accommodation and assimilation. And Bernard believed that learning involves active processing and information. That is Bernard told. Idealism and the mind is centered in the understanding the word. The idealism emphasizes the spiritual aspect of the learning. God is the source of all creation and knowledge, spirit and mind, relativity, and man has this superior nature and it is the expressed in the intellectual culture. Okay, now naturalism, it consists nature of the whole of the reality. Our sense are the gate knowledge under nature source of the all knowledge. So pleasurable at the set in natural surrounding. Now next, Rousseau and Herbert Spencer given the protagonist, that is naturalism. Pragmatism, its focus on the activity of doing. According to the pragmatism, there are no absolute value of the life. Truth is created during the course of experiences, solve their problems, and main thinker is the Pierre under Dovey. Humanism is the reasonable balance of the life regards to the human. Okay, so the form of learning is the self-actualization, advocate to the cooperation, mutual tolerance, and the social understanding. Rationalism is the claim that there are significant way in which our concepts and knowledge are gained independently. Existentialism means the philosophy that emphasizes individual existence, freedom and choice, and freedom of choice, responsibility for the conscious one act. Basic education is the Vada education, that is Mahatma Gandhi given. Learning to take place in nature and from nature, that is Rabindranath Tagore given, from nature to the nature. Integral education given by the Sri Aurobindo. Aurobindo given the integral education. Focus on the spiritual aspect of the individual philosophy. Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan given the individual aspect of the learning, that is spiritual aspect given by Radhakrishnan. Education to the transform human mind, that is Krishna Murthy. Experiment learning, that is Devi ne kaha tha, that is experimental learning. Self education and development, that is Maria Montessori. Kindergarten focus on the fable, self activity and the creativity, and no formal learning, that is Rousseau. Nature is the only teacher that given by the Rousseau. Interdependence of teaching, learning and evaluation. Teaching has been defined the process of facilitating learning, and learning is the broadly defined the process of acquiring the knowledge, attitude and the skill. Teaching, learning, evaluating are the three interdependent aspects help to the student achieve the set of learning outcomes: psychological, cognitive, motor and the affective domain. So now, objective of the desired change in the students is what? They are the direct relationship among the four important factors. First one is objective, curriculum, method and evaluation. Indian Education Commission evaluation is a continuous process from the integral part of the total system education. So its method, instruction and the help not only to measure the educational achievement but to improve it. Comprehensiveness is must try to assess all the aspects of the development. Continuous evaluation is a continuous process of the education, and CBSE continuous and comprehensive evaluation help to improving student performance regular time. Function of the evaluation: feedback to assess strength and weaknesses, motivation, that is realizing the evaluated people student work hard, better guidance, remediation, facilitate planning, revision and curriculum, institutional comparison, educational decision making. Classification of the evaluation and technique: quantitative technique, written examination. It is also known as the paper pencil test. In this technique, the answer are to be written as per the instruction question. Oral examination, they supplement the written examination. Test reading ability and the pronunciation viva voice. Practical examination, their test necessary test experiment manipulation skills are there. Qualitative is observation and interviews. Observation is used to evaluate behavior of the people and control and uncontrolled situation. So interview is sometimes is superior to the device. It is because the fact that people are usually more willing to talk the wire. Checklist is an instruction that is used for the collecting the recording evidences regarding the significant behavior. Rating scale is the character rating scale is device by which judgment can be quantified. Cumulative records are diaries and people are some of the other devices used in the evaluating process. Type of evaluation: the basis of phase of instruction. Placement evaluation, which is necessary for the beginning of the instruction given the subject areas, so whether the candidate have the caliber or not. Various entrance exams can also be conducted, and knowledge based student. Formative evaluation is what? For like placement evaluation is what? It determines the knowledge of the skill that student possesses, which is the necessary beginning of the instruction given by the subject area. But the formative evaluation also refer to the internal evaluation. It's not an internal evaluation because method for judging the worth of the program while the program activity are in the progress. So provide the student with the feedback regarding this, and attaining the instruction objective. It also identify the specific learning errors need to be corrected. For teacher, formative evaluation provides information for making instruction remedies more effective. Quizzes and unit tests are also part of it. Diagnostic evaluation is what? It's a formative evaluation determining the extent to which student accomplish the learning targets. But diagnostic means measurement of intended outcome. The diagnostic evaluation goes step further, tries to provide an explanation for the possible cause of problem. Summative means external evaluation. Summative evaluation is a method of judging the worth of the program at the end of the program activity. Summation, the focus is the outcome. It determines the extent to which objective of the instruction have been achieved and is used for the assigning course grade. So summative is the external evaluation. Okay, so program, at the end of the program we are going for summative evaluation, like papers, teacher made achievement test, projects and all the teaching aids. I hear, I forget, I see, I believe, I do, I understand, that is Confucius. There are also termed instruction aid that assist the instruction in the teaching learning process, and self-supporting teaching method is also there. So important benefits of the teaching: what is first is motivational effect, then supplement verbal instruction, competent verbal, clear image, vicarious experience, varieties melange based on maxims, vividness, creating the individual, positive transfer in the learning, positive creativity, better attention, reinforcement, opportunity to handle the manipulate, flexibility, development, higher faculty, promotion, scientific temper, facility, healthy classroom environment. These all are the important benefits of the teaching aids. Educational technology, hardware approach in the mechanize the process of the teaching so that teachings are able to deal with the more student with the less expenditure. Hardware includes the computer, epidoscope and overhead projectors and the slides. Now software approach, this make use of the principle of psychology for building in the learner as a complex and knowledge modifying the learner behavior. It involved through the pioneering work of the Skinner and the behavioralist. Software approach is characterized by the task analysis, writing and selection of the approaches. Audio aids, they are instruction device through which the message can only be heard 50% of our time in the hearing. This reflects the importance of the audio media in the life. An example, audio aids and the example labs. Visual aids, instruction device through which the message can only be seen, are known as visual aids, like the chart and flash cards and bulletin boards and the models and photographs. Audio visual aids are 87% hearing, 7% are attract the attentions. Function of the audio visual aids: more clarity and understanding, better attention retention. It helps the faster comprehensive learning, better assess, save the instruction time, supplement the words. Learner may form the social impressions. Teaching may be narrowed down, but there is a possible risk of spectatorism. Now, types of teaching aids according to the projection of show. Films are there, graphics, chart, flashboard, and प्रोजेक्टेड एड्स में तो फिल्म, स्लाइड, ओवरहेड प्रोजेक्टर, एपिडियोस्कोप, वीडियो प्रोजेक्टर आएगा. ग्राफिक्स के अंदर चार्ट्स, फ्लैश कार्ड, पोस्टर्स, पिक्चर्स, फोटोग्राफ्स, ग्राफ में. डिस्प्ले बोर्ड में ब्लैक बोर्ड, वाइट बोर्ड, बुलेटिन बोर्ड, फ्लैनल बोर्ड, मैग्नेटिक बोर्ड, पैक बोर्ड. 3D के अंदर मॉडल्स हैं, मॉकअप्स हैं, ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं, पपेट्स हैं. ऑडियो के अंदर रेडियो रिकॉर्डिंग्स, डिजिटल ऑडियो, टेलीविज़न, टेलीफोन, मोबाइल. एक्टिविटी एड्स में फील्ड ट्राइब्स हैं, एक्सपेरिमेंटेशंस, ड्रामेटिक्स, टीचिंग मशीन एंड प्रोग्राम इंस्ट्रक्शन से. प्रोजेक्टेड एड तो पता ही है कि विजुअल इंस्ट्रक्शन डिवाइस होते हैं जो कि प्रोजेक्ट करते हैं. लाइक एग्जांपल इंक्लूड स्लाइड्स, फिल्म स्ट्रीम्स, साइलेंट फिल्म्स, कार्टून्स. ओके. डिस्प्ले एड्स में विजुअल एड्स दैट आर स्प्रेड बिफोर द ऑडियंस फॉर व्यूइंग द इंफॉर्मेशन इंस्ट्रक्शंस. प्रेजेंटेशन एड्स के अंदर आता है जिसमें आप एक्सप्लेन करोगे, प्रेजेंट करोगे, एग्जाम्पल्स दोगे. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट वन इज़ व्हाट? Next one is sub-idea and subject. Mind mapping is a method of teaching was developed by the Tony Buzan. A mind map is a diagram for representing task, words and concept or items linked to and arranged around a central concept. So that is intuitive frame, and it is turn a long list of the monotonous information into the colorful and memorable information. Using mind maps as an innovative thinking tool in the education help student to visual externalize concept and understand the connection between the different ideas. Projected visual aids are magnification of the image and screen conditions can be called the projected visual aids. Direct projections are the slides, film, indirect projection, overhead projector, reflected projection, opaque projector. Slides जो होती हैं ट्रांसपेरेंट होती हैं. Projected may be made of the screen, white wall, and overhead projectors are the pictures overhead of the speaker screen. Drawing diagram and lettering are made of the transparent sheets and put on the glass platform. So transparency can also be made through the photographic, Xerox and electronic process. Advantage include the synchronization of the projected with the talk and facing the audience, saving easy availability of the material. Handheld projector is also known as a pocket projector. Use the project's handheld device. It is response to the emergence of the पर्सनल डिजिटल असिस्टेंट्स एंड डिजिटल कैमराज आर ऑल्सो देयर. ना वीडियो प्रोजेक्टर जो होता है इसमें पॉपुलर फॉर द मैनी एप्लीकेशंस एंड ऑल वीडियो प्रोजेक्टर यूज फॉर द वेरी ब्राइट लाइट्स. ओपेक प्रोजेक्टर इसे एपिडियोस्कोप भी कहा जाता है. दैट डिस्प्ले द ओपेक मटेरियल शाइनिंग ए ब्राइट लैम्प ऑन टू द ऑब्जेक्ट फ्रॉम अबव एंड द मटेरियल कैन बी बुक, पेजेस, ड्राइंग एंड मिनरल specimen. Film stripes हैं. Film strips was common from still image instructions multimedia. It was once commonly used for the educator for the secondary schools. Microsoft PowerPoint है. PowerPoint is an application program presentation for the found Microsoft Office. Nowadays many of the audio visual teaching aids PowerPoint presentations share slides give the flexibility. It is allow the teacher to reflect on a lesson and correct any changes, and they can create the perfect lesson and student learning motivation increase the authentic material study. Non projected visual aids में आता है these that are used without projection or help of any projectors. Advantage includes easy availability, no specific power. Flashcards can be photographs or the scan converted into the slides. Charts is symbolize visual aids and pictures for relationships and changes which are used to tabulate a large mass of information or show a progression. Chart can help to communicate difficult and dull subjects. Okay, now bar charts for a series of the bars along the measured scale. Pie charts are circular in the proportion. Tabular charts are there related to the T charts are there. Flow charts are also there. Pictorial charts are also there. There is the pictures are there. Overlay charts are there. So that is also pull charts for message the hidden strip and thick paper, and strip charts are there, that is for this, and flip charts are also there. Flashcard is brief visual message of the poster board. The cards are flashed before the audience to emphasize the important points of the presentation. Flashcards are held like a card for the flash to audience. Posters is the display in the public place with the purpose of the creating awareness among the people. Posters give only initial idea that cannot furnish detailed information. The production of good posters is technical job, requires skill, and it cannot be repeated. Picture and photograph. Graphs is an image that represent a data symbol. Graphs is usually present the complex information and the numerical data. Compact, but the line graph, scatter graph, pictorial graph. Maps is visual representation. A symbolic depiction highlight the relationships, elements. Map making and study and the practice crafting is all about the maps. Diagrams are there. Work for the clarify the relationship between parts of wall is called the diagram. Blackboard or chalkboard, it is one of the oldest teaching aids. The chalkboard is probably the simplest, cheapest, most convenient, and widely used for non-projected visual teaching. The chalkboard suitable for use in the lecture, training, and the program facilitate the step-by-step presentation and create the dramatic image. Whiteboards is the modern classroom are equipped with the board, also called the marker board or multi-purpose board. A whiteboard with the steel backing can be used as the magnetic board display where user control the computer पेन फिंगर से. ठीक है. बुलेटिन बोर्ड जो होता है, इट इज़ द सरफेस ऑफ विच बुलेटिन न्यूज़ इन्फॉर्मेशन अनाउंसमेंट स्पेसिफिक जनरल इंटरेस्ट होता है. एंड फ्लैनल बोर्ड होता है. फ्लैनल बोर्ड ग्राफ इज ऑल्सो देयर, स्टेप बाय स्टेप ऑडियंस टू सिंक्रोनाइज टॉक. फ्लैनल कवर्ड फ्लैट सरफेस. मैग्नेटिक बोर्ड्स टाइप ऑफ चाक बोर्ड होते हैं ये भी. द बेस ऑफ दिस बोर्ड इज स्टील. पिक्चर्स कैन बी विद द स्मॉल मैग्नेट. पैक बोर्ड्स होते हैं, दैट इज इवनली होल्स होते हैं जिसमें पैग और बुक्स होती हैं. थ्री डायमेंशनल मॉडल. रियल थिंग may not be available all times and in the desired form, hence the model had to tide over the problem. A model is the recognized representation of the real thing in the three dimension, जिसमें सॉलिड हो सकता है, वर्किंग मॉडल्स हो सकते हैं, ऑब्जेक्ट, स्पेसिमेन एंड द ग्लोब. ऑब्जेक्ट्स आर कलेक्शन ऑफ रियल थिंग. इंस्ट्रक्शन यूज. ए ग्लोब इज स्पेरिकल मॉडल ऑफ द अर्थ. ऑडियो एड्स में आएंगे रेडियोस, जैसे एफएम रेडियो, ज्ञानवाणी, दैट इज़ फ्रॉम द इग्नू. एंड डिसेंट्रलाइज कॉन्सेप्ट एक्सटेंडिंग मास मीडिया फॉर एजुकेशन. रिकॉर्डिंग में आएंगी ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम एंड इजी टू ऑपरेट. डिजिटल ऑडियो प्लेयर में MP3 आ जाएगा. टेलीफोन एंड मोबाइल्स में कॉम्बा कासा ऑडियो कम्युनिकेशन एंड द कॉन्फ्रेंस सिस्टम. सेलफोन ऑपरेटेड मोबाइल, SMS and the wireless applications are there. Combo Casa can help the community. Now television is an effective tool in expressing the concept of idea. And activity aids में आएगा field strip, that is structure activity that occur outside the classroom. It can be a brief observation activity, more sustained investigation of the project. And experimentation means the specific useful science subject में होता है. Dramatics means the convey some message to society, that is dramatics. Teaching machines are there and it is for present the question, have the user individual answer and the provide for the user with the correct answer and use the classroom. Now next is programmed instructions are also there. Other activity, computer aided learning, demonstration, program instructions is there. Now factor influencing the teaching aids. Selecting the appropriate aids. Suitable combination of the selecting aids. They are used in the proper sequence. Nature of the audience, printed media and mean to literate people, where the exhibit pictures and symbols are for the literate people. Size of the audience, a video show or the whiteboard cannot be used effectively. So teaching objectivity is attitude or the feeling, thinking, knowledge and the skill. If you merely want to inform or to inform large number of the people, use the mass media. Nature of the subject matter. A radio message or the circular letter will be effective where the complex or unfamiliar practice will be the reduced. Availability of the aids should be there. And relative cost, like effective aids need not be necessarily costly. The amount expended on the visual aids is relation to the extent effectiveness. Delhi cone of experience is a model that incorporates several theory related to the instruction, design and learning process. Delhi theory, learn for the more information by do as what is heard, read and observed. Cone of experience, today the learning by doing and experimental learning and action learning, we can say. So Darley research the least effective method, and direct purposeful experiences are there. So he given the cone of experience: first direct purposeful experience, then model of simulate the real experience, role playing, participating, watch demonstration, view exhibit, watch moving, watch still picture, listen to lecture and read text. Important tips for the better classroom management, that is immediate action होना चाहिए, like behavior क्या है, like teaching with the sense of humor. Laughter is natural, everyone loves to the teacher, it builds cordial relationship, it has the ability to relax the people, it is effective advertising. Teaching with help to the cartoon is very effective way, where there is a willingness to change there is a hope for progress. Student enjoy humor, change seats, adapt the sensitivity, stop teaching is case of misbehavior, counsel after class के बाद, ठीक है, talk to the parents. These are the important features in the teaching. And now it's finished up your lecture today.